My name's Adina Porter, and I get to play Prioress on Paper Girls.
You're fantastic.
Wait, you should scoot in.
I should do it.
I'm saying to the 13-year-old, you should scoot in because you are gorgeous.
Sweet.
Why
Thank
don't
you.
you start out by telling us a little bit about her?
Prioress is a warrior with the old watch. She believes in their mission that time travel should not be attempted, that one should just stay in the time that one is born into. She's a bit of a zealot in that she doesn't question authority until...
Dot, dot, dot.
Yeah. Why do you think she is so dogged in her pursuit of she's worked? So, yeah, like in the break in the follow through, so
Because like a good soldier, she was given orders, and she believes and follows her orders. I think Prioress has been a warrior for a long, long time. Maybe even a little bit of brainwashing when you're really young and you don't have the guts to think outside the box. She's kind of drank the Kool-Aid. And it's only with age and having seen things over time that she begins to question. And maybe there's been a little prick in the armor, so some new information gets in, and then she... Well, you like to tune in and see.
Oh, I did. That's great.
You mentioned, you kind of, mentioned right off the bat that, characters like this in media, like the quote-unquote bad guy or the representation of authority. Are you the kind of actor that approaches that from the perspective of, like, you have to find a way to believe what she believes, like to see her as, her own righteous protagonist, or are you kind of wanting her to change away from her, her original journey?
I love the challenge of embodying what the writers and the storytellers have created. I really like to be a kind of actor where it's not about my comfort. And so if I'm doing stuff that I am used to doing, that's my comfort. That's boring. In my humble opinion. I like to, whatever the challenge happens to be, embody what was created, what was written. So I never say, the character wouldn't say that. I figure out a way for what they want the character to say to come out of my mouth effortlessly.
Okay.
Because I can't see the whole picture. You know what I mean? So I got to trust that they hired me for this particular reason. I'm going to do my part, and then it will be part of the stew, part of the puzzle, and I will trust that the bigger picture will reveal itself.
That's fair enough. I guess the follow-on from that is, like, do you think that the old watch, when we watch the show, do you think the old watch will feel to us like it has a point? Like, we'll think, no, you shouldn't meddle with the past? Like, is your side, is there a valid point to that we might root for, or is it just a bad guy?
Absolutely, there's a valid point, because, like a mixtape, you can record over it, but if you record over it over and over and over again, a mixtape is this thing. This cassette that you would have to, that you would,
Ancient recording device.
yes, it's a recording device that your guy would create a playlist for, and then and we would think about what song bled into what song, but if you record over and over and over again, it gets broken. We're having this conversation now with, like, what statue should stay, what statue should not stay. I believe because if you don't have evidence of something, we can, as humans, forget. So I think there's a very valid point in keeping the history or herstory that we have, and then remembering it and and changing or adding addendums, adding amendments to
As
it.
opposed to trying to rewrite. Yeah.
Because then you forget, and you know the victors write history already.
Fair enough.
I would definitely like to see more backstory of how she became where she was and tiptoeing around things that happened. But it's a time travel show. You know,
Yes,
so
yes, and let's, you know, maybe there'll be a
possibility
season.
season 2, like 3.
Absolutely.
Yeah, what if-
That's what I was mentioning in the
so.
car on the way here.
I hope so. I hope so because what a fascinating character. I love to see more of that.
Thank you.
Of course.
We're actually gonna wrap it up.
Oh, he's got-
Do you have time for one last question?
Yeah.
Sure. Well, so this is a fun one because you mentioned the mixtape. So the music of the 80s are fun in the trailers. What are your favorite references to the time when our parents were kids?
My favorite references to when my parents were kids.
We'll take his parents.
Yeah. Favorite references. Well, you know, I love the Walkman. You know, what else? What else from the past? I love having to listen to the entire album. You know, and every once in a while I still do, because when the artist created the album, there was an A side and a B side, you know, for a reason, and the journey that it takes you on. So I think sometimes you cheat yourself when you only go to the song that's the most familiar.
Yeah.
And when you get to listen and go for the entire ride that the group created for you, with one song bleeding into the other or the silence in between, I think we missed something in that.